Hey, I realized it's been exactly 1 year since I did a complexion slash foundation slash contour routine. It popped up into my feed that I had posted a YouTube video on my face and complexion, and I was watching it, and I was like, oh man, I've changed my routine so much since then. So I wanted to give you guys an updated version of my foundation, contour, and overall complexion routine. It's a little bit lofty. This is not something that I do every single day. In fact, I usually don't wear makeup if I'm not going anywhere. This is for like if I'm really wanting to look really good when I'm out with my husband and with my family, like for church and my Bible study and stuff like that. So I do wear this a couple of times a week. I would say 2 to 3 times, but then I let my face breathe every other day. So let's get right into it because I don't want it to be forever. I'm going to pull my hair back so you guys can see. I have already done my eye makeup and my brows and my lips. I kept it very simple today because we're just running errands today because it's 2 days before Christmas. So I didn't really want to go hardcore with my eyes. And this is the same eyes I did on my last video, the very simple everyday girl look. So there's that for reference. Okay, so first thing you do is okay, and you're going to hear stuff in the background. Hey, Kyle. Speaking of which, can you get that sponge wet that just fell on the ground? I need it wet and then like scrunch all of it out. Sorry, not prepared here at all. But anyways, so you're going to see my little boy running around. My little girl's eating her bananas. My husband's cooking lunch. So I'll do my best. This is just life. Okay, so the first thing I do is I take my Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage Concealer, and this is in SC3. There's like 6 different shades. This is the best for covering any kind of imperfections. Thank you, baby. You had to get this for me. Covering any imperfections, blemishes, things like that. This is what you need. It can cover tattoos, for heaven's sakes. It's amazing. It's buildable, and it's just amazing. I already went ahead and did it because this lighting is not the best, so I wanted to like do it a little bit. That one's not that great. But anyway, so I put it on my blemishes. I just take my finger, I kind of mix the 2 colors, whatever I need to do to kind of get the color routine, because our face is made not of all one color. Like my nose area is a lot more red, so I try to do more yellow tone. And then I have a horrible zit on my lip that's above my lip that's driving me crazy. I hate when you get lip zits because then it looks like you have something more and it's not. Anyways, okay, so first thing I do if I need it really to last long, I do this. It's called the Professional, and it's the Benefit Primer for foundation. I put a little tiny bit on my finger, like seriously that much. It's not that much because this stuff goes a long way. I kind of warm it up between my 2 fingers on each side, and it's really mattifying, and I just press it in. And I don't put it all over my face. I just kind of put it in the middle of my forehead, on my nose, like all around my nose, because my nose kind of is one that really can, after like many hours, my foundation can really break away in my nose, and I have a really red nose for some reason. I don't know. So I put that on, primer. If at any point during this thing, if you're like, this is too many steps, just take what you need. This is not like what you need to do to have a perfect complexion. This is just what I do for my complexion. I am going to be using the Makeup Forever HD foundation in N120. Go and shake it. You always want to shake it so that in my last complexion video, I'm going to pump 1 pump on the back of my hand. And this step is a little intense because it's like full coverage. So I'm going to use my True Match Lumi by L'Oreal, and it's W3 in nude beige, so it's a warm tone. 1 pump of that. They're kind of 2 different colors, but they're 2 different consistencies. One's more watery, one's more thick. So I mix them, and I take my beauty blender, which is what my husband was wetting for me. So you get it wet. There was my cat. We've got a cat now. And you get it all over the sponge on one side. And you just, do I even have a mirror? Yes, I do. Sorry. This is totally a impromptu video. So I just take my beauty blender with all the products from the back of my hand on it, and I start patting it, not wiping it, but patting it on every orifice of my face. All on my nose, under my eyes, all over my cheeks, my chin, avoiding my lip area because I already have lipstick. Sometimes I put my foundation all over my lips if I really want a nude lip because it creates a really awesome base. So like your lip is the same color as your face, so then whatever you put on your lip is so much more like there's nothing like my natural lip color is pinkish, so it is like to have it kind of neutralized as any lip color that you put on your face. But that I'm not doing today because again, this is not my, I don't have to look superb. I'm just running errands today. And again, I wouldn't probably normally do this if I was running errands, but my husband is home, so I do kind of want to look nice. You'd be amazed at these beauty blenders how amazing they are. Like I just put this all on the back of my hand and I patted it all on, and I have to say that beauty blenders are the most amazing things ever. You have to use them right, so you have to get them wet. You can't use them dry or they're pointless, but they're amazing. This one was the actual Beauty Blender brand, but they have other ones like Real Techniques at Meijer for like $9. You get 2 of them. I love them. So that is all over my face. I highly recommend getting the Beauty Blender or some version of it. They have Ulta brand for like $4. You always want to get them wet and pat them on, not wipe them on, because then you're just wiping products off your face. So now we've done the foundation. Now we're going to go straight into the contour. I'm going to use cream and I'm going to use powder. I'm a bit extreme with my stuff. I do a lot. This is what I like to do. So obviously take what you want from it and piece it together. Okay, so I'm going to be using the light color and contour cream kit. It's the light version. There's 4 different versions. Mine's the light. There's fair, light, medium, and dark. Anastasia on Amazon, $40-something. I think it's $39.40. It's worth every penny. I'm going to take a combination of these 2 colors. This one's a bit too dark. And so I'm going to kind of mix with my fingers like this, just like that. Seems a little bit intimidating, but I tell you it's not. And I am going to make, get my hair away, make a line down my cheek. See that? Mixing my 2 colors again. Make another line down my cheek. Kind of making sure I get all the product off my finger. See that? Make that one a little longer. And then I'm going to take a tiny dab of the same 2 colors and I'm going to put them on my nose. Just down both sides. Contouring is different for everybody. Our faces are different. Some people really don't need to contour their nose. Other people need to thin it out. You do what you want to do. This step might not be something that you want to do. That's fine. So then I start taking it in the hairline, same 2 colors, and I just dot it. Dot, 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 dot. Sorry for all the background noise. I try to do all my videos where my kids are resting and it's quiet, but that's just not my life right now. I put some underneath my lip. A very light touch. See that? And then this is where I have my most issues, is I have a jowl, meaning that I don't have a defined chin. See that? I don't like it. But anyways, I was born with it. I'm not going to go get surgery on it because God made me this way. And I should be happy with that. So I'm going to take some more of the brown mix. And I'm going to dab it on like I did right above my forehead, all the way across. So I went all the way. Okay? And then add a little more here, a little more there. See that? Looks pretty crazy. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I get all that off. And shockingly, I have a new routine with my highlighting, so I don't really use this as much as I used to because I use more of the powder highlights. But I might go back, you never know. So I'm going to take my Beauty Blender again. Once again, this thing is proven to be multitasking and amazing. And I'm going to start with this and work my way around. Just watch. Okay, let me make sure I get this so you can see. I had a few people complain saying that they can't see very well. Okay, so I'm just going to start patting like I always do. Patting up, patting down, patting up, patting down, all around. My cat's just looking at me. Hi, sweet boy. His name is Marvin. He is 10 months old almost, and we rescued him from a really awesome shelter here in Indy. If you live in the Indianapolis, Indiana area and are looking for a cat, you should send me a message and I will give you the information. And it's really great. Claws. I am not what you call an animal person per se. I'm not like the type of person who gets really upset over things, but it was really nice getting a kitty cat and saving one and not using a breeder. I've never used a breeder. Never have understood that. Anyways, so sorry. I'm going to take the very tip of this, see how it's pointy? And I'm just going to kind of lightly go on both sides of my nose, just patting in what the product that I have on top of it. I'm not really moving it around, I'm just patting it in. Staying far, far away from the brim of my nose because you don't want the bridge of your nose to be dark. No, no, no. I always put a little bit of excess off right on the bottom of my nose just to kind of create a shadow. Don't forget under your lip. This is where I do kind of wipe, which I normally don't condone ever wiping with this thing, but I do kind of do this. That's the only area. And then now we go to the jawline. And don't forget, when you're contouring, you don't want to forget if you've made a mark and then you walk out of your house and you're talking to people and then you realize afterwards that you have a big brown mark on your face that you didn't blend, because I've totally done that more than once. And I'm sure they think, what's going on with her dirty face? Oh my goodness. There's my little boy. You did? Okay, so again, this lighting is not the best. It just looks like I'm whited out. But I assure you, I have some contouring going on. So now we are going to go right into the powder contour kit by Anastasia. Same amount of money, $40. This is in the light color. Again, they have, I think, 3 or 4 different shades. I don't know what he's doing. We are going to use a angle brush. This is from Walmart like 5 years ago for $5. Angle brush. I'm going to be again using a combination of all these 3 colors. I kind of blend them all at the same time, so I just kind of like I kind of get lazy, so I just kind of blend all of them. Okay, so I'm going to go right where I hit my contour. Not hard, remember that. So wherever the cream goes, the powder goes. And I'm going to blend it all the way up into my ear. Dab all 3 colors. Blend it up, creating a very good cheekbone and thinner face, which there's been some controversy about contouring, how women are trying to create a thinner face, saying that a bigger, rounder face isn't attractive. I understand completely where they're coming from. Some big names in the makeup world have even came forward and say it's ridiculous how much we contour and highlight, and it can be really ridiculous. Mine is a very light touch. I don't go extreme. Now, the steps are a bit tedious, but I don't. Do you hear my little girl laughing? Is she laughing, babe? She's laughing. So I'm, like, again, going all over where I had my brown cream at. It's now going brown contour powder. I pat and wipe with the brush. So now I'm going to take my big fluffy Clinique brush. It's the most amazing versatile brush I've ever purchased, and I've had it for like 5 years, 6 years. So all my brushes are kind of getting up there in age. You should probably start ordering more. They're just so darn good. And I'm just taking a very light brown in the middle. This is the lightest one. Yeah, that one. And I'm just lightly dusting it on the brush, and I'm thinning out my nose. I have a scoop nose, meaning that like I have a naturally good scoop. There's no bump, which is ideal, and it's what everybody seems to want. But anyways, so I don't ever have to worry about thinning it out for that reason, but I thin out the sides just because, I don't know why, I just like the way it looks. It's not exactly like I need it because I don't have exactly a fat nose, but I don't have an extremely thin nose either, so I just kind of make it look good. Again, there's always controversy with contouring. There always is. People, there's 2 sides to it. There's good and bad. So now I'm just going to take the powder. Yep. the highlight powder, and I'm going to blend all three again. Again, I'm lazy, so I don't really just stick to one or two colors. And I'm just going to load it up on my fluffy $2 e.l.f. brush from Target, and I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose, the middle of my forehead, under my eyes. I'm not afraid to load this on. And then, most importantly, to kind of define this, I'm going to go underneath, right above where I made marks here and here, and go right there. Okay, so I'm done with the Anastasia brow kits. So now I'm going to, I know, it's like 600,000 steps. It's crazy. I'm going to take my Naked Skin Urban Decay in Fair concealer. It's the best concealer in the world. I'm obsessed with it. And I'm going to take and make little triangles. You may ask why I do this now and not before I do everything else. I do this because my favorite, put a teeny tiny bit on my nose. My favorite, my little girl's wild. My favorite makeup artist, if I can say this, blah, Nikki from Nikki Tutorials, does it this way, and her makeup is flawless, so I started doing it, just following in her pursuit on a YouTube video, and I realized that she's brilliant, and she is in fact brilliant, so I just started doing it. So see, 2 triangles, a tiny bit on my nose, there you go. And I instantly start using my beauty blender once again, and I pat it and blend it in. This concealer, if you don't even want to use it for this final step, you just want to use it as an actual concealer to conceal the eye area, it's perfect. It's for under eyes. Now this concealer can use it for other parts of your like blemishes, but I find that the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage is just the best for covering blemishes, and concealer like this with the little stick is best for under eye and highlighting, if that makes any sense. Okay, just brightens up the face. Again, this lighting is horrible, but it looks good in person. So now I'm going to take my very cheap and very awesome Sunlight number 021 by Rimmel London, and I'm going to take my big fluffy bronzer brush by Clinique, which I've again had for 5 years and I'm obsessed with. I'm going to put a light, tap a lot of it off, shake it a lot of it off, I mean not really tap. And I'm just going to go right where I put all the dark on the lower part of my cheek and just finish it. This is what I call finishing the contour. This is not a step I've learned from anybody. I've just done this myself. This is not from other YouTube stars. I'm not a YouTube star. Other YouTubers. This is just something I've always done. I love this Rimmel London natural bronzer, so it's something I just use for just to finish out the contour. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Okay, so now, I know, like you're like, seriously, there's more steps. Now I'm going to take my highlighter, which is the best thing ever. It is the Becca Pressed Powder in Pearl. That's their newest color out, and it's the most famous one. They've always had it in the cream version, but they just came out with the powder version. Thank goodness. So they finally realized that they needed to put this on the powder version because they have every other one in the powder version. I'm going to take this big fluffy $2 e.l.f. brush, put a teeny tiny bit all over the top of it. Can't really see it. And then I'm going to lightly tap it onto my eye area, the top of my cheekbones. Okay, if you saw it, it's just so freaking cute. Under my eyes, on the brim of my nose. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like seriously barely touching my face. This stuff, this Becca highlighter, whatever color powder you choose of the Becca highlighter, there's like I think 6 or 8 different colors according to whatever your tone is and whatever you want. They're intense, so it's not like you want to like load it up and just swipe it on, because you will look like a disco ball. I'm not kidding. A 1970s disco ball, and that's just not what we want to look like. That would look crazy. Okay, last step. I'm going to take, once again, my big fluffy brush. I'm going to make sure it's all de-sparkled. It's not sparkled because that highlighter is not sparkle. I don't want to reiterate that enough. there's a difference between sparkle and highlighter. Highlighter is very crushed and not 5-year-old-ish. It's adult highlighter. Okay, I'm going to take my Forever HD Professional powder. It's in white. I'm going to tap a little bit on to this. Swish it around all over this brush. Tap 90% of it off, and I'm gonna go all over my face. And this is setting powder, and people are like, this step is so silly, why do you do this? It is the difference between having a good looking face from 8 hours to 12 to 15, and it is 100% valid, and it was 100% works. So now this is the last step. I've obviously done the last step, so now this is the part where I look at my face and I make sure that everything is blended and everything is all right. Again, this lighting is atrocious, but if you saw it in person, you would see that it looks quite good. So that is my oh wait, there is one more step. I'm so sorry, and I should have done this before that. It's blush. This is just an old Clinique blush and a very berry natural, and I mean the teeniest tiny amount. This just gives a light bit of color. Hi Marvin. Oh wait, I want you to meet Marvin. This is Marvin. It's my cute boy. You're not a girl. I've always had girl cats, so I'm just not used to having a boy cat, and I love him. So anyways, this is just to add just a teeny tiny bit of color, pinkish color to my face. You don't have to do this stuff. So I don't know how much this helped you guys. This is what I do. It's very pretty. It's, see that, see that, see that, see that? That's good. It adds shape to the face. It adds, if you have a face like mine that I'm overweight, I need to lose some weight from the baby. That excuse is getting old. It helps thin out your face a little bit. It makes you look younger. It makes you look lit from within. It's just good. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. My hair is looking pretty funky. It's growing finally, though. Anyways, hopefully this helps you guys. Take bits and pieces of it. Take all of it, whatever you want to do. Buy a beauty blender for Christmas. It's worth the $19. I know, $19. Get them at Ulta for $4. Get one of these. Wet it. Use it for everything. Anyways, okay. Thank you guys for watching the last video and for watching this video. Hopefully you guys get some new insight on your complexion and contouring and highlighting and just overall covering that face that needs painted. The bar needs painted, people. And I paint well. Anyways, have a good one. I'll see you guys later, and Merry Christmas.